So I'm in the Khabarosk, and we're in World of Warships on the island on the map Warriors Path, and we have a bunch of destroyers and cruisers because the American cruisers have just released. We also have air, and I'm in the Khab facing B, and I'm watching what our ships are doing, considering going over to A where it's a little more open, but with all these destroyers, I've got a suspicion there'll be a fight over C. We got one destroyer going over there backed up by a cruiser. So I'm going to nose around B and see what develops as I head over towards C. This turned out to be a very interesting game and a good example of how to play the Khabarovsk as a gunboat, because that's how I've got this ship configured. At the end of the video, I'll have appended my build for this ship. This torpedoes don't really count for anything, and I really don't have a rig for concealment. I have a rig for hunting and shooting and burning stuff down, and that's what I'm going to work on in this game. But caps are also important, and they're going to be really contested. There's a good bit of radar. As you can see, we have 2 Des Moines, a Buffalo. Yu Yang might be packing radar. And they have 2 Russian gunboats too. They have a Tashkent and a Kiev. So it's a mixed 8, 9, 10 game because they campaign on right now. And it looks like the Trashcan and the Atago are coming in to see at least. And I'll lay you money they're not alone. Yep. We can see a pretty good dispersion of troops on both sides. There's no real one cap push appearing at the moment. And our Fletcher has gone ahead and engaged. Got a nice broadside Atago. Start seeing what I can do with him, and he's suffering. And it looks like we've got more of their ships coming this way. Getting an early hit. There goes somebody's. We got planes in the neighborhood. I just shot one down. Didn't even have time to look. And looks like the Tashkent is going ahead and torpedoes the Buffalo. And there is our first kill and a first blood.
Off to a great start.
And it's getting busy over here, as you can see. Buffalo, Des Moines is coming up. They've got a battleship backing them, so they're making a serious push for C. They've got B, and it looks like they're probably going to get A, so we're going to have to figure a balance, because in a game like this with this many destroyers, caps can end up counting. We've got friendly air over the area, so our aircraft carrier is active in the mix. And I'm right now focusing on keeping them from being able to really ensconce themselves against our folks in the cap. See if we can't drive them off with supporting fire. I'm not going to get in too close. I want that range, because those cruisers, if I get in the wrong position or something happens to my engine, I could be down real quick. And plus we've got destroyers and torpedo bombers, so got to watch for fish. They don't like coming in close to a Khab. I can punish pretty good. You'll notice I'm shifting back and forth as they give me broadside, even to give them a little bit of AP. And there's the Kiev. He snuck in from B. There's no friendlies in the cap, so I'm going to throw some fish out myself. Again, it's more area denial, but that Kiev is close enough, and if he goes back the wrong way, I just took out some of his apparatus. He's got fish on me. The Khab is fast, and one of the things you have to do is periodically back off and watch what's in the neighborhood, because if you stay in binoculars or get tunnel vision, you can eat a fish in a close quarters engagement like this, or run into a friendly and get stopped cold. And if you're broadside in this boat with a cruiser nearby, You can go down pretty quick to something like a Des Moines or one of the, even like a Tier 8, like the new Cleveland has a pretty fierce rate of fire, and heavy enough shells on some of these U.S. boats, it can really hurt. So coming back around, C seems to really be the bone of contention. We've got B at the moment, and they're in the process of getting A. They just lost a German destroyer to our Yugamo. It's still pretty much neck and neck. We've got one cap, which is helping, but we're down on points because we're down a ship. And here comes the Tashkent again. So we've got 5 of their ships, almost their whole remaining fleet right here at sea. So this is the fight. That boat over in A is unopposed at the moment, so he's going to probably cap. But let's see what we can do here. The Republic is burning. I got to watch out for the Buffalo and the Tashkent. There's another destroyer moving up, so he's getting on my flank. And right now we're down. So getting the second cap and a kill is important to staying in the game. But this kind of contention, it's real easy to have one side get an advantage. Our only real advantage right now is that cap and keeping them from getting caps.
The ship is on fire.
And here's an example of why I run the heel on this boat instead of the smoke. If I were in the smoke right now, I'd be sitting still and getting peppered, assuming I hadn't burned it already and had no help. And it looks like I'm in pretty bad shape. I'm burning. I'm down to almost half my health points. And it's going to be about another 5 seconds before I can stop the fire. It ran out, fortunately. But I'm going to keep plugging away at this Republic. And I've hit my health party and a repair party. And as you can see, I'm building back up. I'm also being focused by all the ships in this cap. And hopefully that Republic isn't going to get to shoot before he dies. And I'm working on taking him out. Got a fire on him. That's going to be the end of him. Here we go. Here's my second kill.
Enemy battleship destroyed.
And I just lost the steering for the moment. Took out steering, rather. A lot of times a cruiser in full health is going to think that he can just chase down a cog. But if you'll notice, I'm twisting and turning and I'm still doing 40 knots. And I'm setting him on fire to get his guns to bear. He's turning broadside. If he doesn't, he only has 2 of his turrets available. Now I'm being focused by well, it looks like they've stopped aiming at me at the moment. That probably won't stay that way for long. They're getting C. And there's a fight going on in B over that cap. We've got a little bit of an advantage in points, and we now have an advantage in ship, but this game is still real iffy. You notice I've shifted back and forth between AP and HE as he gives me broadside. I have adrenaline rush on this ship, so with my reduced health, my rate of fire has gone up even more. And I can swing back and forth and bring all my turrets to bear. Afraid that friendly Buffalo is about to die. Me is the only target. I now have 4 ships trying to hit me. All but one of their remaining fleet. And that hurt. And I gotta watch out so I don't run aground, because at this point that would be fatal. Throw some fish out and see if we can't just take him out. He's dodging. He managed to miss those, unfortunately. But that forced him broadside, so I've got a broader target. He's going to have to dodge those fish, which means he's paying more attention to them than me, and bang, there went the torpedo for my third kill. We're now even on ships, and the game is really close, but they've got 2 caps and we've only got 1, and I'm detected, and that probably isn't a good thing. Right now I've only got 1 ship on me. Not quite sure who it is, but I'm trying to get away from those ships back there, and it looks like they're Kiev. He's half my health. I'll give him credit for coming on me. I've got him on fire. Taking him down. There's number 4. We're still down on caps, so 1 kill and they'll be winning again, and they've got a destroyer or a cruiser, a Des Moines, chasing me. And he's got an awful lot more health than I've got. So you would think he's got an advantage, but I'm a cob running away, and I'm running away at the better part of 40 knots. He's trying to actually get all his guns to bear on me. That might be smarter than closing, but I can pepper him. And if he keeps chasing me, in spite of his health, he may be the one at a disadvantage. Now, he does have me where I can run into the wall. We've just got their aircraft carrier. That's good. They're down to 2 boats. We're ahead by 150, but they've still got 2 caps. And our other destroyer is way the heck south. I guess he was hunting their carrier to get out. I didn't really have time to notice because I'm sort of busy. I'm just going to keep laying fire on this Des Moines, see if I can keep burning him down, and maybe he'll run into my fish. A lot of folks forget that this boat does have fish, and they get in their binoculars, and it's like, uh-oh, because he is closing on me at his full speed. And at 8.8 clicks, that Des Moines has pretty good aim. I am taking hits, but I'm just, if I make the next 20 seconds, I can put my repair party up. I'm down to 289. 1 tap on me and I'm dead. Shots in the air, he's just about dead. There's my fish. Am I going to get him? Yes! Fish got him. I got a Kraken just as his. Looks like, I guess he got a flesh wound on me. But I got a Kraken. I don't see the flesh wound, so I don't know if he got it or not. But this game is not over yet. As you can see, all they've got left is the Tashcan. But they've got 2 caps. And that could be difficult. So, let's see if within this replay we can't see more of what's what. So we've got our remaining battleship, which is a Kurfürst, and the Yugamon. They're both working to go after the Tashcan, but if you look at the score, they've still got one, and we just lost the Yugamon. So it is still anybody's game. Our battleship wisely is going after that cap to stop their points, because that Tashcan is in pretty good shape at the moment. We could be in a real problem here. So it's close. We got B, so we're now gaining the points. And with that, see if I can get this to move. It's a replay. But he's trying to, that Tashcan is trying to angle around and get fish on our Kurfürst.
Battle ends in 5 minutes.
We've got a slight advantage, and that slight advantage is pretty much guaranteeing a win, but If for some reason he gets lucky with torps, odds are the tash can's going down. And he's got torpedoes out, but he's almost dead. And the end result was the tash can didn't get killed right at the last moment. I'm not going to belabor you with the last couple of minutes of this game. I hope you enjoyed it. Here, the results will be coming up in a second, and then my Khabarosk build. But this was a real neat Kraken. I enjoyed the game a lot. Both teams played very well. It was fun. See you out there. So that was a good game, and just managing to etch that Kraken out with a lucky shot at the end after that long chase. 320 gun hits, 2 torpedo hits, 1 aircraft, 3 end caps, 5 kills, 8 fires, 2 floods, and 1 defended. I also managed to knock out one of the tasks, getting on the top 3 in my search for getting the Bull Halsey thing, and complete some other tasks. So overall, a rewarding game. And I came in on the top 3, not by nearly as much as I thought I might with that, but it still did what I needed. Got the first blood and the Kraken, of course. 1809 raw ship XP. I took out a Buffalo, the Des Moines. This is the one that was a really troublesome one. I had to burn, and he was still enough to chase me after all that was going on. The Republic, and of course I got a little help from some broadsides on him. The Kiev and the Takao also damaged that Hassan and the Gearing in that long battle for C. That was a really interesting game. Tanked a little over 1 million in potential damage, 61,000 on my spotting. Too bad I didn't have that task out there too for that campaign. And even with premium consumables, in part thanks to premium paint, I took over 301,000 in silver, 882.24 in ship XP and command XP, and I'm working hard to get my Kronstadt, so I had a Papa flag out, which boosted my free XP to 1648. Overall, a really interesting and fun game. Both teams played that one really hard. That was a real brawl at sea. Hope you enjoyed it, and if you like it, please subscribe, leave a comment, and we'll see you out there. I'll go ahead and attach my Cobb build to the end of this video too. Take care. See you out on the water. As promised, here's my Khabarosk build. I always run premium consumables on this boat. I have the premium paint, which of course you have to pay for, but it really boosts what I get out of it. It usually does your usual detectability and dispersion, but then it also adds more XP and credits per battle, so you basically turned it into a premium ship. And then as far as modules, we have main armaments modification 1. I've got one of those engine boost modifications, which is a special one. If I didn't, I would probably, because I'm running last stand, go with damage control system as an alternate. This is strictly a gunboat build. I could use a smoke generator, but with the way I play it, the aiming systems is a better choice for me. The guns spin fast enough, and if you're going to duck AA, you're going to do it more with maneuverability with this ship. This ship is a skateboard in some ways. And I try to even enhance that with steering gears mod 2. Although propulsion, if you're the kind of person that would run this boat in smoke, you could do that, but most people play this game as if it were a light cruiser rather than a destroyer, so you opt for the heel, which I should have pointed out a minute ago. And the steering gears mod reduces rudder shift time yet again, and the repair time, you don't want this rudder getting hit. Concealment you would normally take on a destroyer, but again, I'm playing this like a light cruiser. And the reload mod is really the only one that makes sense here. The torpedoes have been nerfed down to where they're snub nose. Back when they went 10 clicks, it might have made sense to do that. as I mentioned before, you have damage control party, repair party, and engine boost. You could opt to go ahead and use a smoke generator with this, but again, you don't want to hide and smoke with a cob. You want to be out there gunning things down. Captain skills, I have a 19-point skipper. I want to know how many people are shooting at me and know when I really need to be dodging. I don't want my guns going down or my steering gear, so again, this really boosts the reliability of the ship because you're out there and you're a target. Last stand for the same reason. I don't want my engine or steering gears down. A still cob is a dead cob. Adrenaline rush, you're going to take hits, and when you do, that really boosts up your rate of fire. Survivability expert, this is a tier 10 ship that adds 3,500 to your health pool, and that actually gets benefited up even more when you're running health party or repair party. Superintendent to get that extra speed boost and repair party. Demolition expert to boost your chance of fire. And advanced fire training goes ahead and improves your artillery. So anyway, that's my build. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the video that you were watching, and we'll see you out there. If you like it, go ahead and subscribe. Take care.